Good morning. It's me, Pearl from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot. And we're here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see this reflected back to us in our outside world. So, in the interactions we have with one another, in our environment, in the manifestations that we're trying to create, our own energy is causing different scenarios to be repeated over and over again. And so we have to trace where our own energy is to figure out how to shift into a new energy. Thank you for joining me. We're going to start today with Divine Feminine because all of her cards were showing. And I don't know, it's very interesting. Let's dig in, shall we? Top of the deck, overall headspace, forefront of the mind for Divine Feminine, the Four of Swords. So we have a card that can be about grieving, um, but also about silence, prayer, healing, and it's definitely it also in this sense also has a calm. The way that I feel it right now, the way that she is holding on to this truth, like this sword, holding it close to herself, not really like revealing it too much, and it's like a talisman, like something that's she's protecting. So there's, and it's also like kind of the energy of it being stuck into the ground. um so there's this calming energy here, and of course, with a four, there's stability. So there are some that are experiencing grief, but they're going through this healing, or they have gone through this healing. And others that just, while there is silence, they are maintaining this faith and contemplation. And like, it's like they're preparing. The niggling thing in the back of the mind is the Six of Cups upright. So, underlying all thoughts and decisions is this nostalgia, a reflection on the past. And there could be for some a longing for a reunion. So, if there's been grief from a separation with the Four of Swords, there's a longing for a union there underlying everything, all the thoughts in the mind. If there's just been an extended separation here, then it's that final coming together to be able to celebrate all of the aspects of the past and future memories blending and becoming something that's now physically grounded. The first thing on her mind is the tower. So there has been a separation for some, but I don't feel actually that this is true for most in the collective. I think what is happening here is revelation. In that silence, in that grief, in that healing of past relationships, it's like you're seeing the light. Like you're finally able to see clearly. The divine has intervened in such a way, has caused you to have to release something, some attachment to something, and this has given you clarity and vision. Um, and because that Four of Swords has a stable feeling, I don't feel that there's a lot of fear associated with this tower. So it's not something, it's either not something that is, it's like a positive tower moment, like it's a shift into something much better, which is what I feel it is, or it's something that has happened in the past that has created this capacity in you, which is the next card, the Ten of Cups. So completion, spiritual fulfillment. So through this reflection in the silence, in the grief, this reflection upon the past, upon the effects of this divine intervention that caused you to have to relinquish something that you were very attached to. You're experiencing enlightenment, whereby you're understanding that this is truly what has caused you to understand your spiritual fulfillment, and it has become incredibly powerful and magnetic. and you are now in your Queen of Wands energy. And I just think it's so funny because I chose to wear this yellow dress today, which I'm regretting because these straps are migrating straps, I'm finding out. But anyway, I picked a yellow dress today. It was like, it's spring and I just want to feel like bright. And then the Queen of Wands comes out upright, and her clarifier makes me feel even better. So this divine feminine power right now, she's realizing, she's reflecting, comes from this past mix, right? That temperance energy, that mix of darkness and light. And it's caused her to become very magnetic, to understand what it is that she needs to do to attract to her what it is that she desires. And the Three of Wands is back. We saw this yesterday, and it is in reverse, and it's clarifying this tower. As in, the divine has intervened, the ships have come in, it is time. That's really the feeling I get. There's an impatience too here, an impatience to just like get shit moving, like just let's just go. Now that I know, let's just go. It's like my mother, if we would be ever going on any kind of trip or vacation, she would just be like, at 4 a.m. she'd be like, okay, let's go. Like, let's go. We're going. Like, it's time to go. Or it's time to leave. Whether it was to go to the place or to leave the place, it was just like when she was ready to go, that bitch was ready to go. So like, it's kind of got that sort of an energy. It's like, all right, I know that it's time. So like, my bags are packed and I'm ready to go. You know. The next card is the Seven. I love this. It is the Seven of Wands in reverse. I already see it reflected on the other side. So it's already a card in union. And it's like, I just can't fight this feeling anymore. Like, it's literally clarifying this 10 of Cups. Like, I just can't fight it. My spiritual fulfillment, my completion is here. And I'm not fighting it off. I'm not going to do anything to stand in the way of this happening for me. Because what is happening for me is finally reciprocity. Finally, I'm giving to myself. And in doing that, I have realized, in giving to myself, I have made myself magnetic. I have made myself open to receive an equivalent amount of energy that I have put into myself. And then I will be able to return it in, that nice little eternal lemniscate kind of a thing going on. So wow, divine feminine, I can see why all your cards were showing, because you're like, bitch, I'm zen as fuck. Do you understand? It's like quiet and I'm just like meditating and shit, and I'm like totally seeing how like all of these pieces have fallen into place, and I'm like not gonna fight my spiritual completion, and like the time is now. Reciprocity is now. Like, that's where your head is at. I love it. All right. Being a true queen. Let's look at your heart. Remember, your head's usually countering your heart. So we're going to see if your heart is like, I mean, are you sure? Good morning. I see you there. All right. Top of the deck. Still haven't come up with a good enough phrase that satisfies me. Heart space. Overall feeling of the heart space. Hate this. Okay. Is the Three of Cups in reverse. So you're a little afraid. You're like, okay, I want to celebrate. I want to experience this energy, but I'm just, just being a little cautious. I don't want to get too much in my cups, because like, I got to keep my wits about me. I got here, right? I got here. Not by being lost in all this, fun stuff. Like, I got to be a little bit more serious because I still have things to do. So there's a little fear there in the heart space. And I think the heart is urging her to just take things lightly. Just don't be so serious. There's a little too much of that. There's also, for some, fear still of third-party energy, some fear or fixation, or let that go. Let that go. The niggling thing in the back of the heart is let that go. Let it go. The Eight of Cups. Walk away. Walk away from these fears. Walk away from what doesn't serve you and go towards your higher calling. But I think there's also a feeling for some in the collective that the divine masculine has done this, that that they are no longer fearing third-party energy because they do sense the divine masculine has walked away from these behaviors that don't serve him, or he is now he's free to do this or something. This energy that once had a hold over him, it doesn't anymore. This could also be true for her. There could be third-party energy for her that had a hold over her and was preventing her from being able to move forward towards her higher calling. It could have been a specific iteration of the divine masculine that has been released. And maybe she considered him, this specific iteration, she considered him to be like the one, and then realized that in the end, it could have been like some kind of a false twin, etc. And that it was actually the third party energy in the dynamic. And that once she released it and walked away, she could actually welcome in her true twin, something like that. That could also be happening in the collective. Wherever you fall, there is a call in your heart space to just not be too serious. Have fun. You're also getting the Six of Wands in reverse, and it is clarifying the Tower. So there is a fear that there might be something that could possibly prevent your victory. And so because of this fear that there could be something that could prevent you from being able to claim victory with this union, this physical union, you're remaining silent in that Four of Swords energy. You're being quiet. You're so smart, divine feminine. I just love you so much. You're not saying shit about what you know, because there's too much history here. And if you start gabbing about what you think is about to pop or what your plans are, you're like, I don't want to kill it. I don't want to do anything to fuck this up. Now we're seeing divine feminine. Usually we see divine masculine that's like, I don't want to do anything to fuck this up. Now we're seeing divine feminine that's like, bitch, I am going to shut my damn mouth because I don't want to do anything to fuck this up. The justice is here. And this is clarity, because justice sees, justice is blind, but has the power to see without sight. By intuition knows how to weigh all sides, right? All matters. So it's like, this is like your karmic retribution is here today. And it's something that she has managed to give to herself. It's like she's doing justice to herself finally. She's shining in this Queen of Wands energy. So here she is, glorious. And maybe there's been positive legal decisions in her favor. Reading the Two of Cups in reverse again because she's afraid. This is just about her fears, about her impatience. Like, it's like her awareness that it's her impatience about the physical union that kind of prevents it from happening. And because we saw in her headspace that she's like not fighting against this anymore, it's like her heart is showing us what it is that she's not doing. She's no longer being like, oh, when is this going to happen? Like, oh my God. Like, she's just stopped doing that. She stopped fighting it off. Because she's understanding that it was that impatience about when this would happen, when she would see this fulfillment from an external physical manifestation. She just stopped fighting that off. And consequently, look who's here to meet her. The King of Wands. a match to the queen. So she's not fighting against this. She's not fighting against this action. She's not fighting off this communication. She is not protecting herself in that Seven of Wands, right? She's not protecting herself from heartbreak, this Three of Swords. Instead, this overfeeling, instead, she's in this Page of Swords energy. She's bravely picking up a new idea that her ability to give to herself has healed these wounds, and that she is prepared to receive communication from a King of Wands. But she is not impatient about it. She isn't. It's her impatience about it that prevented it in the past. And she's maintaining her Queen of Wands, her magnetic power. So she's not fighting it off with fears at this point. Okay, that's pretty good, Divine Feminine. Let's take a look at Divine Masculine. Holy shit. I love this spread, okay? Today, I love this spread. All right, top of the deck, overall, forefront of the mind for Divine Masculine is the Page of Wands. He's excited. Oh, he's very excited. He just really wants to be like a knight, you know? He's not sure. He's not really feeling like he's like kind of there yet. But overall, he's just got this, he's just filled with that passion, that spark, that excitement of a new idea, and it's actually a new concept of himself. He's not feeling or being immature. He's just got that delight, that excitement and imagination and vision that a child has. Like a kid, for a kid, that is a horse. Like you can play for hours on that shit. You can take anything and just create something. Just imagine a whole world. It's all in your own mind and it's exciting, and he's like just ready to pop. Like Divine Feminine was feeling it over there and keeping quiet about it, not talking about it a lot, which is so smart. Just think about exciting things in general, very, very generally, Divine Feminine. And yes, Divine Masculine, feeling pretty excited. The niggling thing in the back of his mind is the Emperor. So that's why I'm not feeling like this guy is feeling like some type of Page of Wands. No. Underlying all of his thoughts and decision is the command and power and presence of mind, the foundation, the abundance, the protection of the Emperor, and the control. He feels very in control. But he's excited because he feels this way, because he feels this confidence, because he feels ready. That Aries season energy. He is riding the wave. The first thing on his mind is he's working up the courage. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull the second thing because it matters. And he's working up the strength. So we've got the Page of Swords and strength in reverse. But it's just because he's thinking like, am I brave enough? Am I strong enough? Right? He doesn't also want to be reckless. Like this kid running with the scissors. Here you go. I got the scissors for you. It's dangerous. You don't want to kill yourself. So he's trying to be, trying to be smart, not reckless. He's trying to be like a man with a plan. And, he's like working on that pride and ego is like really, he's struggling with it. But he's thinking about it, and he's thinking about how it was these things. It was this recklessness and this childishness that he's had to release from this Page of Swords energy. And he's needing, and it's also his ego, and this is in the present position too. So He's currently needing to release any ego and swallow any pride. And this is what is taken so long, because here's that Knight of Pentacles. But look at he starts off running with the scissors, and he ends up with like a nice business, right? He's gonna be able to buy like the best red bicycle this summer, like, because he worked really hard and he's been slowly and steadily building his prosperity, his confidence, so that he could feel like an emperor. And that's what has taken so long. But he wants this stability. He wants to be strong enough and brave enough to provide this stability, because this Nine of Cups is here. This wish fulfillment is here, because what he wishes to do is provide this sacred union, the Hierophant. To have this marriage, to have this sacred union, to go from this higher level, fifth dimension kind of shit and come into 3D and just have the real deal here with his queen. And he's seeing her as the Queen of Swords right now, because I love this clarification. Because he's realizing that like his slow, steady stuff is like her being like, bitch, you better get moving. I'm going to nip this in the bud. So he's feeling this urgency here. He's feeling this urgency. He doesn't want to get cut off from her. He doesn't want to get blocked from her. He doesn't want her to be defensive. He wants her to be in that light. We saw this yesterday. He wants her to be discerning. It's very, very important to him that he can explain to her, I know I was reckless, and I know that it seemed like I was weak, but I was building this strong foundation, and I need you to understand that, so that I could give you this, because I didn't want to give you anything less than that, because you're a queen. And his heart space, top of the deck for his heart space, 7 of Wands in reverse. So neither one of them can fight this feeling anymore, right? And it is clarifying the Page of Wands. So he cannot contain this excitement. He is also no longer feeling like he is fighting off these opposing forces. He's either learned his lesson, that those forces were of his own making, or they have actually, the physical manifestation of his wounds have, backed off or disappeared or been fought off, but he fought really hard. He doesn't have to, and he also can't. And the niggling thing is, he's brave enough. And this isn't a reckless Page of Swords energy. This is determination, right? This is courage, bravery. This is Harry Potter behind the gravestone. Just gonna go do it. Just will not, doesn't matter how, if he doesn't know what he's doing, he's just gonna do it. So the niggling feeling is propelling him forward. And this 4 of Cups, this pause, this fantasy that he was in, we're coming out of that. That childishness about him, where he just wanted to stay in the place where, maybe forever, like it could just feel, we could just feel like this. And this is good. Like, this is good, right? This is good. Like, why isn't that good enough, right? But wanting more. So wanting now to ground this union into the physical, because it's been so hard, so difficult. It's taken so much strength on both of their parts to withstand the separation. It's like that 7 of Wands is like, I can't take it anymore. I'm not strong enough to resist this anymore. Oh my. And this Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady shit. Bye. The heart space is like, nah, bro, nah. Gonna pick up this pace. because he's about to do what it is that he's really wished to do this whole time. Pour out all of these feelings and emotions from his cup. Let this overflow pour out into Divine Feminine's cup. And finally, do this sacred union justice. Oh my Lanta, with the union in this spread. Oh my God, damn. And the Queen of Swords clarified by the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords in the Cosmic Tarot. So this bitch is coming swiftly with clarity, with a plan, with truth. This is not who started the spread, right? This is not the little boy with scissors. This is a knight who has been trained in battle and knows how to wield the sword and is a formidable opponent who can present an offer to this Divine Feminine from this Emperor energy, right? So, wow. Okay, let's look at the oracles. Divine Feminine, let's see what you got today. You're in the light attributes of the king, which is enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. You no longer have excessive feelings of entitlement, and you are not engaging in rulership without restraint. So you are in the light traits of this. And what does it mean when you are king? It means you attract one, right? Cool. We love that for you. We're excited about it. We don't hate it because that's what kind of we're looking to do, is attract the energy that we want. Alrighty. And then we are getting move, which strikes me with that lightning of that Tower card, which is just like, you really got to make a move right now. Like, there is movement coming. There is a big move coming. Some of us are actually moving. I know my best friend is moving into her new apartment in Manhattan this weekend. So there's actual moves happening. But if you're not moving, you need to get moving. That's definitely a clear message from this card. And you're getting your favorite card, self. Practice makes perfect. And it's in reverse because it's reminding you that you're still going to be practicing every step of the way. This Divine Masculine coming in this Knight of Swords energy, excited to finally bring justice and pour out his heart. This is great. But you have to remember that you're still going to be practicing. You're still going to be learning. And there's no shame in it. And if you can embody that beginner's mind and let that be how you go forward and not have shame about that, your communication will be impeccable. Wow. You are finally getting closure. And you're getting it because you're giving it to yourself. Closure is a path that you have to walk. And you have to meet yourself at the end of it. It's not something anyone else can give you. And so you have really given this to yourself. And because of that, you have closed that loop, right? You received this as a couple yesterday about compassion, and it was a call to be compassionate. And I feel that you really, really, really accepted this call and that you are being very compassionate at this time. Communication is key. So continue to communicate. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. So all of the pieces, that Three of Wands in reverse, all of the pieces have fallen into place. All of these things are coming together. And we are at boundaries. So, where do you need to establish better boundaries? This is something that you were called to look at a lot yesterday. I am going to call myself out. I did not do the work that I was supposed to do yesterday at all. Almost entirely all around, except for a couple of things I'm just reflecting upon. Love that for me. And I really do need to do this boundaries work. So make sure as you are coming into union, specifically for those who are reuniting with a past energy, make sure you have really established boundaries and you're clearly communicating them. And if you don't yet know because you've never experienced this before, be brave enough to say, hey, I've never had this particular experience, so I'm just learning. Please bear with me, but I want us to clearly communicate our boundaries, right? Like, so have clear communication about this because these pieces are coming together. This is something that you're going to need to navigate. The other thing to remember is that as you come into your light and your King of Wands energy, where you're attracting this level of abundance is much larger than you've attracted in the past, there's going to be those around you that are going to start reaching out and grasping. And you have to figure out how to navigate that energy as well, because it's going to demand that you, who are a very open person, have the ability to maintain that openness while protecting your core, right? Like this energy, having this stable, protected center is really important as you're journeying to this next phase of development, because you're up leveling right now. We're getting 22. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. So let's see. Wow, this reading is flying. Dragonfly spirit is here to remind you of the wisdom and truth available at all times in the hidden realms. Just as a dragonfly catches your eye with its reflective wings and body, dragonfly spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses, and there is a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipate as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Alighting when you are preoccupied, Dragonfly Spirit offers this message. You exist in unity with all, including the protective spirits who share their wisdom, and you are being nudged along the path your soul needs to travel to have the experience it craves. Love exists in many forms, and sometimes we overlook it when we don't recognize a particular form. Pay attention to the signs now. They remind you that each of us have inspired dreams seamlessly sewn into the fabric of the invisible world, and there is a great consciousness that exists in the seemingly empty spaces, guiding us on our journey. Open to the truth, letting the wisdom of the hidden realms inform you, providing insights your conscious mind overlooks. Wow. So it's a pretty significant energy. It's just like that openness that is demanded by that Queen of Wands energy. To hold your vision, you have to be very open, because a vision indicates that you're holding something new that others haven't necessarily seen before. So you really need to maintain that openness. All right, and then we are looking at Divine Masculine's oracles. All right, you are in the light attributes of beggar energy, which is basically like Five of Pentacles upright energy, which is, or I mean in reverse energy, because it's like releasing the shadow traits of the Five of Pentacles. You are confronting empowerment at the level of physical survival. You have awakened the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. You've got this guardian angel energy over this child energy. So there's this like, there's just this message here that like the child energy in you, the inner child is protected. If there are real children involved, they're protected. And you're also getting this reward card, like with this dove. It's like this peace. Like you can finally have peace in regards to this energy, in regards to this inner child energy or real children, whatever that is, however that resonates for you. It's like that your angels are here to like celebrate with you and prepare you to receive this reward and give you the courage that you fear you lack, but you don't. You saw that you don't. You absolutely have the courage that you need. And the other thing that you have, you always get this, is freedom. Divine feminine is free because this cage is an illusion, right? Truth transcends illusion. So both of you are free. But you have courage and freedom. There's that Four of Cups energy. Meditate and contemplate. So continue to do this. Continue to tap in and align with that love energy and ground this union. Look at this card. Is this 3 days? This rite of passage. Again, the initiation, crossing the threshold. So you're coming out of that cave, coming into the light. And I'm really drawn to that lightning that exists here that I've not really noticed before. That tower energy, that great shifting change. And then we're getting this card that you got the other day, Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things, but now it's in reverse. So let's see what it says. It's going to be the protection message. You're going to be so pissed because you're like, are you serious? Because when that card came out the other day, it was like, pay attention to the details. And now this bitch is like, are you too caught up in details, micromanaging others and stressing out because you want everything to be perfect? Are you procrastinating because you want every detail to be just right and losing track of time and your priorities? Mouse Spirit wants you to listen to your intuition that tells you that the detail you fear you are overlooking will only appear when you stop obsessing. Mouse Spirit will lead you to the nuances you need to notice and will diligently work to support you if you take a breath and trust that guidance will be provided. Small gestures carry great power right now, and maybe you need to take action toward discovering what is going on that you may not be seeing, or toward mending a relationship or a situation. Ask a question, do a little research, and listen for Mouse Spirit's quiet little squeak telling you, look here and attend to this detail. I refuse to do that with a mouse voice. Sorry. Okay. The bottom of the deck for both of the divine feminine, divine masculine, these things that you are in union in, you are currently in the light attributes of the mediator, which is a gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, and respect for both sides of an argument, which is a lovely place to be when justice has appeared upright on both sides. So you are really doing well negotiating fairly and really navigating the needs that both of you have in this current state that you're in. St. Francis of Assisi is here because there is loyalty here. This is companionship energy. This is unconditional love. There is unconditional love here between the two of you. You're getting the home card in reverse, I think, because your home is changing. You're expanding your home. It's growing. It's shifting. You could be literally moving to a different home from where you were planning to be. There's changes that are going on, and there's also just, I feel a sense of just going or coming home, but kind of discovering that is, sort of like whatever, wherever, and whatever you make of it. It's like been within you the whole time. It's never been a physical place. It's always been inside of you, and you've always been there. Hold your vision is emphasized with this Wands energy. It's really important to hold that vision today and protect it with that silence. This is just such a strong message. It's really effective. It is working. The way I navigated my day yesterday is I would say, hey, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm only going to talk about it just for this little bit, then we're going to move on. And I did that. And it was wise. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. You are unbound. You got the freedom card, divine masculine. You're both getting this card. You are unbound. So now you get to start new. You get to start fresh with that beginner's mind in your own journey, those past things that happened, the past lives you may have had, the past experiences. You're unbound from them. Take a leap of faith with the grasshopper spirit. Oh my God, I can't with this. I can't. This reading is so just stupid. Right now, you are poised to jump up into the next level of your life. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? Jump up into the next level of your life and move forward into something even better than you could have ever imagined. When grasshopper spirit appears, it is a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown, for a grasshopper spirit represents the innovative spirit that says, why not? And has faith in the powers of co-creation. You're being called to trust that this is the right time to go with that idea, relationship, or situation. Take risks, for abundance in all forms will show up for you. Wondrous things await when grasshopper spirit appears. You are not going to go backward, so listen to your intuition rather than your fearful ego that resists any change and clings worriedly to what was. Luck is on your side. Jump up and forward with confidence, for spirit has so much in store for you. If you will only take the leap, imagine what your day would be like if you took the leap today towards whatever it is that you truly desired. I'm imagining my day, and it seems pretty cool. Okay. Let's close out the reading. A surprisingly short 42 minutes, but Spirit was clear today. There wasn't a whole lot of nuance. It was like there was so much union. Like, this is really interesting energy, and I'm very, very, very curious to see what's coming. I will close out with just a last couple of announcement thingies. What day is it? It is Thursday. What announcements? Oh, yes. Okay. So this weekend, Sunday, 12 p.m., Grace Strega on Instagram Live instead of here on YouTube. So don't forget about that. And please follow me over on Tuned In Tarot. You can also see I post, losing my train of thought because I'm also shuffling at the same time. Shuffle, live shuffles. There we are. Of the music that I do in the mornings over there. So if you want to see when I'm going live, you can either click notifications here. Please also click like. That really helps grow my channel. Subscribe, share it with people that you think are going to really love it. And let us see what today's energy tells us to do. Okay, this is crazy. All right. So the first thing we're getting for Divine Feminine is Cupid's Arrow. So today you should have faith that love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting. And then the shadow on the card is hesitation. So we got this already. So continue to keep this faith. Then you're getting this. Breakup, separation, Stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Okay. So you are afraid, and you have to have faith that love is coming. Do not fear today. Do not fear the separation. Do not focus on it. Do not talk about it. Have faith. That is all you have to do today. All you have to do. You know it. You feel it. Right? Continue to keep that faith. That's all you have to do. Don't think about well, I can't tell you that. I can't say don't think about it. We have to practice that. We have to practice that new terminology. Think about something else. If you feel yourself starting to doubt, think about something else. Something general. Think about the color yellow today. I command you to think about the color yellow and everything in the room that is yellow. And if there's nothing yellow, go onto Instagram and look for something yellow to buy for your room. You don't actually have to buy it. Put it in a list called yellow. I have distracted you, haven't I? Now you're starting to think about going on Amazon and filling up your cart with things. Perfectly distractible. So distract yourself with whatever it is that you need to distract yourself with. Do not worry. Just have faith that love is coming. Divine Masculine, you are getting sunglasses because you're so cool. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. You are getting date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, setting a date, and you're getting the golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissist, one-sided relationship, and love bombing. Damn. All right. So, Divine Masculine, you're being told today that instead of focusing out and watching and looking, which you are doing because you are worried about how you are being perceived, you need to go on this date. You need to go on this date so that you are no longer participating in the one-sided relationship dynamic, right? So just like Divine Feminine got these 3 cards and 2 of them were like, yikes. 2 of yours are like, yikes. So her tendency is to focus on separation and lack and the end of a relationship and not being able to be together and being afraid that separation is going to last forever. And your yikes is that you allow this one-sided dynamic to exist while watching and observing this person that you love and adore and want to physically be with. So if you can go today to Divine Feminine and complete this act, Divine Feminine, if you can hold this faith that this will happen, I think you'll be pretty freaking happy, because the bottom of the deck is about healthy choices. So if you can make healthy choices today, which include making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, you're going to be happier. Do you want to be happier? I fucking do. So go be happier. Like, I command you. Go be happier. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading, I do that, and you can email me at tunedintarot@gmail.com. We'll talk about it. It's donation-based. I do a couple different styles. I'm getting into Lenormand. I am by no means an expert, but Lenormand freaks me out. It has given me so much clarity and like zen, calm. I love it. So if you're interested in getting a Lenormand reading, I am doing those too. So hit me up in my Gmail. Otherwise, I shall see you tomorrow morning. Yes, Friday. Yes, tomorrow morning. Oh, I get my second vaccination shot tomorrow. So I'm so close to being truly free to roam around. Yay, I'm so excited. All right, everybody, take care and have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow morning here on Tune In Tarot. Bye.